They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense, to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Here we go! 30 base. General West. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Hey, switch gears. 5.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And some room to roam now. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. Kareem Hunt, 79 yards. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Run. Hey, 88.
Rodgers now on first down. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
First down, Green Bay.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
I'm coming after you. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. For those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Not today, you are. Not today.
Yeah, Liz.
Whip. Watch the whip. Mike.
Scan 300. Scan 300.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Hey, you block over here.
Big air.
Plant.
Stay open.
On second down, it's Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Hey, why 7?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Kill, turn up.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Down. 18 Gators.
50.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50. 50
2nd and 9 now. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. The former Maryland Terp, Jermaine Carter Jr. had the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Running right, Jones. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Foxtrot.
Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player.
Needs through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Carolina. Kareem Hunt with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. 56. Yep. 56 right there. Right.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming.
Hey, Charlie.
Check.
To throw again, Rodgers. And Graham's got it, complete. Rodgers to his tight end Graham on a big one, 58 yards. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
8-3. Here we go. High 7, let's go.
Back to throw again. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Sponge, exit. No, yes. 56 to Muck, boy. 56. Check 56. Ain't no such route. We're taking wins home. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Go.
They'll set up to throw. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Lambeau to add on the extra point. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
58, boy. 58.
Hey, Alpha. Hey.
58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
Ready?
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready? 10-2 stop. 61. Matchbox lights.
Kill. Hey, turn it out.
Go.
We got it.
Hit it.
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Get 300. Check 30.
Check right. Watching your five.
Smooth.
On first down, Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers throwing again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a one-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. They find some open field here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 49-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Hey, Orbit. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me. Check 3, check 3. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Hey, 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 hey.
Now back to throw. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here we go, here we go. 30 base.
Check me out, check me out.
Big River.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Get it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Joshua Jackson there to knock that one away.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an outside color jersey.
On third down, here's Jones. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers, operating from the gun. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll try the right side with Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Rush in. Race don't travel. Check C6. You got tight right there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 20-yard touchdown. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry, 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
At the 38-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
2nd and 3. Complete. Smith has it. And down inside the 15 he goes. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 14. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
On first down, it's Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Here we go. Like 56.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. The 20. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers. And he can't get a throw away. he's taken down. Jason Verrett, he'll get the sack as he provides the heat off the corner.
Hey, you want over here. Bravo.
Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on fourth down.
Watch the safety creep.
Over. Jump out. Hey, Zoo.
28. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in that house. Mike 28.
Rodgers going to go on fourth down. And Adams has it complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Rodgers now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Mike 28. We don't want that. Pick up the ball.
To throw is Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
64 weak. Here we go. Box drive. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Mike 28. I got him. Hey, you're 28. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you've got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
That's a what? Delta. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Ready, go.
They'll look to throw. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Packers, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition ain't. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.